The Denver Nuggets are finding a way to hack the NBA in an absolutely genius move by David Adelman and the Nuggets squad that's going to help so much to an advantage. Meanwhile, this is a generational fumble by the Nuggets that has been talked about heavily in recent days. There's a lot to go over surrounding the Denver Nuggets right now, and we are going to waste no time jumping right into the video. But real quick, guys, if you are part of that 76% that is not subscribed to Denver Nuggets Digest, make sure to subscribe for daily Nuggets updates. We have a ton of great videos coming out for you every single day. And guys, we're having so much fun on the channel. Basketball is back, and with basketball being back, we have so many updates for you. So if you don't want to miss a single Denver Nuggets update, this is the place to be. But jumping right into the video, the Denver Nuggets have found a way to hack the NBA in an absolutely huge way that fans should be thrilled about. David Adelman has shown by all accounts thus far that he is a very, very good head coach. Obviously, it's a super small sample size at the end of the day, so we do have to see him coach for over a full season, all that stuff, and we're going to see that happen throughout this year, as we're going to see how Adelman really fares once we're going through a regular season, once teams start to pick up more on the habits that he uses and the habits of the team, and how he's going to counter that. It's going to be a chess match like it always is in the NBA, and thus far, Adelman has shown that he's pretty adept to it, but we're going to see how it goes over his first full season as an NBA head coach instead of just coaching the final couple of games before the playoffs, and it's going to be really exciting to see how it goes. Though, a lot of fans do have a lot of respect and love for Adelman already, and we've already seen that come to fruition in an absolutely huge way. As it was recently revealed by Ben Tenzer that the Nuggets brought in NBA refs to officiate a scrimmage today, and Nikola Jokić spent at least 10 minutes in conversation and demonstration with them after practice ended. Now, we absolutely love to see stuff like this, as we see Jokić working with the NBA refs, trying to figure out what exactly is a foul, what's not a foul, how he could get to the line, how he could prevent sending people to the line, stuff like that that shows, first of all, that Nikola Jokić is as locked in as ever, and also just in regards to this whole Nuggets team, we're seeing a unit that really is playing a genius move by bringing in these NBA refs, by having these refs come in and tell Jokić and co what exactly is a foul, how can they get to the line, how can they continue to do what's right, what's legal, what's not going to be legal in this upcoming 2025-26 NBA season. Now, one of the great things about this is last season, the Nuggets led the league in free throw attempts. They had 1,909 free throw attempts, which is the most in the NBA, albeit by one, with the Memphis Grizzlies shooting 1,908, but still, the Nuggets took the most free throws in the league last year, something that they should be very proud of, and something that they should continue to work towards. Now, I know if you ask anyone, they'd probably expect the Lakers to have taken the most free throws, but it's not. It's Denver, because they're getting to the line well. Jokic is excellent at drawing fouls, especially being so big. Teams usually have to foul him to stop him. As we see Jokic working with the team, it's excellent to see, and fans have talked about this a lot. I mean, we're seeing on Reddit with people saying, like, Jokic is saying, when small man drives to the basket and screams like a child, it is not a foul. Or saying that this is a legit smart idea by the Nuggets front office. The Nuggets are one of the biggest and most physical teams in the league, relying on post offense while the rest of the league plays on the perimeter. It's good to see the Nuggets play and build some rapport before the season even starts. Hopefully this type of stuff leads to more calls without forcing the Nuggets to flop or beg for calls. And as mentioned, I saw in the refs in the clip of Cooper Flagg at the Mavs training camp the other day. Not sure if they're NBA refs, but I wouldn't be surprised. And I also wouldn't be surprised if teams already did this too. And someone saying, I don't remember the Nuggets ever doing this before. Excited to see if it makes a difference. So you got to shout out David Adelman for going out there and doing this. I mean, I'm not saying that the Nuggets are the only team who does this. Teams are allowed to do this to a degree. But this has never happened with the Nuggets before. So to see them go out there and do that and use the NBA refs to their advantage is an excellent sign. At the end of the day, I think we all, as NBA fans, kind of feel like the refs almost hijack the sport at times. There's a lot of foul calls, and it does suck to watch when there's so many foul calls because it disrupts the flow of the game. I don't want to sit there and watch people take free throws, because when they do, I so often will end up doing this during the free throw. I'm like, oh, well, let me just doom scroll on literally any of the apps that are either TikTok or just TikTok adjacent or just Twitter. So when we see all that stuff, it's nice to see that despite the fact that obviously we don't want to see free throws, I'd way rather see the Nuggets be shooting free throws than their opponents. So when we consider that, it does make a lot of sense. And I do like the idea of the Nuggets going out there and doing this. When we look at the players who shot the most free throws in the league last year, it's Giannis, and then the next four people to round out the top five are foul shot hunters. Now, first of all, I want to say I don't blame people for trying to hunt foul shots. It's part of the game. If you can draw fouls, it's a good thing to do. So I'm not hating on it, but I am just saying that outside of Giannis, who gets hacked because he's not a good free throw shooter, and also he's a physical monster, there's no other real way to stop him when he's driving to the hoop outside of fouling him to make sure he's not making layups and dunks the whole game. You then see Shea, Trae Young, James Harden, and Jalen Brunson. All four of them are known for trying to draw heavy amounts of fouls, and it works. I don't blame any of them for doing that. I want to make it very clear. Is it boring? Yeah, it can be boring, but at the same time, it does work, and you have to give guys credit for finding something that works. Nikola Jokic was 7th last year, and Jokic, as we know, gets hacked all the time, but since he's so big and he's usually causing the force, people don't call it. They see it as incidental contact because he's stronger than 95, 98% of the league, whatever it is. So when we see that, Jokic now has a chance to shoot more than 6.4 free throws a game, which for Jokic feels light. It feels like there should be more for a big man who's so physical and is always getting in contact with everybody. So I do like to see this. It is a very good sign going forwards, and obviously Jokic being the best player in the NBA, it'd be nice to see. We could see those points per game go up, as in 37 minutes per game last year. He put up 30 points per game, 12.7 rebounds, and 10 assists. I never get sick of showing these stats because, I mean, what the hell, man? I mean, 57% from the field, 41% from three. I don't understand how this man didn't win MVP. I never will. He's obviously the best player in the NBA. I actually do understand it's voter fatigue. But there also is more to talk about the Nuggets in a completely different way, as they did make a very big fumble. As it was mentioned by Ben Handler recently, that it's hard to argue with the moves the Nuggets made this offseason, but one player who would have fit like a glove is Guerschon Yabusele, who ended up signing with the Knicks. Yabu was drafted by the Celtics in 2016, but after a couple of disappointing seasons, he headed back to Europe, and Yabusele is doing very well, or did very well in his second stint in the NBA. That's going to continue for his second year with the Knicks now. Last year on the Philadelphia 76ers, he put up 11 points per game, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists, shooting 50% from the field, 38% from three. He's a physical guy, and would have fit excellently on the Nuggets for sure. And his handler continued by saying, Bill Simmons brought up Yabu on his most recent podcast episode, calling him the one player he wished the Nuggets would have signed. It's a great point, as Denver still has much of their mid-level exception and an open roster spot. Adding another versatile big man would have been a great move, with some uncertainty around Jonas Valanciunas and the unproven Deron Holmes. Yabu could have bolstered the bench and also been able to play alongside Nikola Jokic. The team hasn't had a true stretch big in ages, and he could have provided that without sacrificing any beef up front. So when we consider all that, it does make a lot of sense that they should have went out there and made the move. It would have really worked well for the team. And when we see what Yabusele was able to do, if we look at the bottom, we do see Eurobasket last time around where he played quite well, averaging 13 points per game, nearly 14 points per game. And he shot quite well as well, especially from the field, where he shot 46%, shot only 31% from three, but Yabusele has shown that he's a good three-point shooter in the NBA. And as mentioned by Tommy Beer, who's a Knicks reporter, this quote of the offseason belongs to Guerschon Yabusele. I could tell Knicks fans that my DNA is suitable for them. I bring passion, sometimes also anger, war, and aggression. So Yabusele would have fit perfectly in Denver, but ultimately they did fumble that. They didn't end up getting him. The Knicks signed him pretty quickly, though, so there's only so much we can think about it. But the Nuggets do still have some of that mid-level exception left. It will be interesting to see if they use it. If they do, who would you want to see them use it on? Let me know in the comments down below. Like this video, subscribe, turn on post notifications. Have a great day. I'll catch you later.